done some incredible work in her tenure so far. Strong finish last year, earned them an NCAA bid, and they started the season 13-0. We are now underway. And a quick out of bounds, and that would be Georgia Tech's ball. We'll go back down courtside to Nell Fortner in her third year as well at Georgia Tech. Revered on every level, and just what she's been able to do for the game of basketball, for women's basketball, 3 years in WNBA, also had some time with USA Basketball. Went to the Sweet 16 with this squad last year, returned to bulk of her roster. And a quick outside shot from Georgia Tech. That's what you want to see from them, not known for their distance shooting.
Yeah, once they get their offense clicking and rolling, I mean, combine that with the type of defense they have, they'll be unstoppable.
Here are the starting five for UNC. I already mentioned Alyssa Utsky, what she brings to the table. This has been the starting five that's gone 15-2 for Coach Banghart. Also talked about how they started off 13-0 for the season.
Yeah, you see right away they're trying to get the ball in the paint, trying to get high-low action, getting some layups early. So it's a good sign for Georgia Tech when they have things clicking offensively.
There's a starting five for Georgia Tech. An outside shot is good for Georgia Tech so far. The 5-0 start and doing well at home so far.
One thing Nell Fortner talked about is having to be a little bit more aggressive on the ball screens with Deja Kelly and give her a few different looks as she's not, as there's three. That's a good sign for this UNC offense.
So their three-point shooting, but so far we've already seen one from either side. Deja Kelly, number 3 in scoring in the ACC, knocks it down for the Tar Heels.
That smothering defense from Georgia Tech. They help the helpers so well. Whenever somebody penetrates those gaps, you see a definite collapse into the paint.
We came into this one, Chelsea, talking about the stingy defense of Georgia Tech and how it's by committee, each person in their place so far. We've seen that on display.
One thing Coach mentioned is not being able to turn over the basketball and getting shots on goal, and that leads to Deja Kelly pull up in transition, and that's exactly what Georgia Tech does not want to see, to have her get on fire and to have a good stroke this afternoon.
Deja Kelly with all 5 Tar Heel points, coming off a game last game where she had 18 and another one on the defensive side for UNC, picking up the charge.
Swarming defensive pressure by Georgia Tech. On the other side of that, Coach Banghart talked about not wanting to turn the ball over against his defense. And
Stratman dishes it out. Another outside attempt by Georgia Tech. That one's a little too hard, and Todd Williams comes up with the rebound. Carly Littlefield raises up for the baseline jumper. That one's no good.
Lorella Kubai getting it to go at the top of the key. I think that's a good sign for Georgia Tech if they're able to get some perimeter shots by Kubai early in this game.
And that's something that Fortner was saying she wants a more balanced attack from Lorella Kubai. Has had to do a little bit of everything for the squad, looking for that offensive consistency. Lorella Kubai from the top of the key is a good start. Another offensive foul on UNC. Lotman gets charged for that one.
Yeah, Nell Fortner mentioned, she's like, I need them to play team defense. And her coming over, helping with that charge, helping the post play. They already have great post defense, but just adding another level and another layer to their defensive pressure.
Stropna from outside. That one's going to be a little bit long. Seen a lot of three-point shooting so far to start the game. Deja Kelly had to pick up the dribble there. Find some inside presence from Usby. And Deja Kelly will reset things on the offensive end. Less than 10 on the shot clock. Littlefield bounces off. And Georgia Tech doing it good so far with limiting them to one shot. Kubai sends it on the inside, and that's another bucket for Georgia Tech from Hermosa. Roundabout, and another nice look on the inside by Anya Poole for UNC. That cuts into their lead, now only down by 4.
If you can get some scores inside the paint against this Georgia Tech defense in their post play, that'll be a good sign for Georgia Tech, for UNC. Another turnover. That is not what you want if you're the Tar Heels.
But it's everything that you want if you're the Yellow Jackets. Todd Williams on the inside had it to dish it out. That one's a little long, and another rebound. That one's going to go to Love. Lotman firing from outside, and she's getting things done on both ends of the floor. That's a 9-2 run by Georgia Tech as they're firing on all cylinders in this first quarter. Kelly trying to see if she can get things going for her squad. That one's short. Lotman pushing the pace.
Usby working hard down there, trying to front Hermosa, force them to throw over the backside.
And how about Stropna, who has been on fire? We saw her already knock down the 3 from the outside. And how about the steal, Chelsea?
Nice steal going in transition. That's definitely a good sign for Georgia Tech. Their wins, they're averaging a little under 13, and in their losses significantly more. And I know Nell Fortner talked about that coming into this ball game, wanted to take care of the ball and being able to get shots on goal every single time. That definitely would increase their points per game average.
Deja Kelly at the top of the key. Chelsea Gray just trying to see if she can breathe some life into this offense. Rises up, and she does get the bucket to go.
I love her pull-up jumper. It's really hard to guard. She's very shifty with the basketball, getting to her spots. I think as an offensive player, you always want to get to your spots where you know you're going to be successful, and I think those elbows have been a good thing for her.
Another response from Georgia Tech from deep. This is a team that does not shoot well from the outside. Digna with the 3 this time. Georgia Tech only shooting 30% from the three-point line, and they've shown that they can get it done today. Alyssa Usby tries to respond with a 3 of her own, and that one's a little long. So we talked about the contrasting styles of play, but Georgia Tech with the 21-9 lead over UNC to this point, showing us they found a few things on the offensive end that they can exploit as well. Short shot clock, dish on the inside, that's going to be no good, and another turnover for Georgia Tech. Todd Williams tries to get on the inside. That one rolled around, and a missed opportunity at the rim for the Tar Heels.
Those type of plays you're going to need to convert on against this Georgia Tech defense. Have to be able to put those things in the rim.
So we're seeing that interior passing, especially high-low from Kubai to Lotman, or Hermosa rather. That's been something that they've wanted to see if they can do a little bit more of and exploit their size coming into this one.
Yeah, that's what Coach Banghart talked about. Know they were going to be undersized, but having the ability to play a team defense and really create some havoc.
4 on the shot clock. That shot long, and the rebound goes down to Chitenge. Deja Kelly from deep. That's long, and another defensive board for Georgia Tech. They'll be able to hold for the last shot of the quarter. And they have been on fire this entire quarter so far, shooting 69% from the field. Already knocked down 3 threes, shooting 50%. 7 is a Stratman baseline drive. More working around. Lawton is going to have to heave it, and does for the buzzer beater. So that be the 23-9 finish for Georgia Tech.
Great play coming down the stretch to have some momentum going into this second quarter. We'll see if they'll be able to keep that up going into this second quarter. Georgia Tech up 14 on the Tar Heels. Being able to take people out of their comfort zone, and that's one thing she stressed against this UNC offense, and making Deja Kelly be a little bit more of a distributor in this game. As us be trying to find a lane into the paint, but Georgia Tech stops. And that's a blocking call. Not sure about that one. She was moving her feet, so maybe at the last minute. Great drive here, get her a little bit off balance, but that might be a call that can go either way. I feel like she planted her feet right there in the paint, but great attack for the Tar Heels. Once again, Georgia Tech limiting these Tar Heels to one shot at the basket and being able to push and transition a little bit more. And a charge coming in hot for the Tar Heels, cutting off the baseline. I know when I was a player, they always talked about put your foot on that baseline and do not allow them to get inside the paint as Love tries to drive there into the paint. Heads up play by Austin. Fade away, no good for Utsby, as Stratman will be able to get the board there. You see Georgia Tech going into this horns action a little bit more to try to create times in which they can do this high-low, as Lotman's 3 is no good. Utsby with the missed layup. High-low action again, and one for Lorella Kubai. That is what Georgia Tech loves to do in their half-court sets. Late closeout by Utsby, and their size a little bit too much for the Tar Heels in this possession. This high-low action is something that Nell Fortner really likes to go to get touches into the paint, and it's really hard for the Tar Heel defense to collapse from the corners and help with the help side. Coach Banghart talked about wanting to be able to do a team defense to be able to stop their inside play. As there's a foul by Stratmana on the drive by Hodgson. And there's a travel by Utsby as she's driving into the paint, trying to make something happen for this Tar Heel offense. As you take a look at their turnovers, that's 6-4. And as we know, you do not want to turn over the basketball against this Georgia Tech defense. And no good by Stratmana as UNC pushes the pace, and Littlefield for three. No good, but a rebound by Lorella Kubai. And that's no good on the other end by Lottman. Lottman's been getting her hands on balls this entire first half as she goes and one. Good take by Lottman. Energy player for them, giving them a burst of energy on both ends of the floor as she's getting her hands on the ball as Hodgson tries to make a play, and just great aggressiveness in the defensive end, able to translate offensively and get the bucket and one. That's an energy booster offensively. Anytime you can create an and one for your squad, it definitely brings the momentum into your favor. And I know this Tar Heel offense is struggling a little bit. Stuck at 9 points, 4 for 15 from the field, shooting 27% as Lottman by herself has 10 points, 4 for 6 from the field. And I know they need an easy score for the Tar Heels, but having a difficult time being able to score on that offensive end. Littlefield 0 for 3, Utsby 0 for 4. Trying to make some things happen offensively, but that's what this Georgia Tech defense is able to do, forcing you to shoot pull-up jumpers by the elbow or get into the paint and making them have tough finishes over the top of their length. As the Tar Heels are in this zone trying to create some havoc and protect the paint a little bit more, and sucking in there as it's a missed shot from the top of the key there.
Also coming in for the Tar Heels, number 20, Destiny Adams.
As we compare UNC and Georgia Tech, you have 10 points in the paint by Georgia Tech and 2 points for UNC. And, oh, no good. Offensive foul by Deja Kelly, trying to create some space and get some offense going for this Tar Heel squad. As they go back to this horn set, trying to figure out a time, and oh, no good. Good drive in the paint by Lottman as Tar Heels push the pace, trying to get something in transition. Looking at that high-low action. And foul! And one as Destiny Adams gets it to go inside, and hopefully that can fuel UNC's offense a little bit and have some energy plays. Heads-up play there by Destiny Adams. Great pass into the paint. And Nell Fortner says enough is enough. Let me get Lorella Kubai back into the action as Hermosa takes a seat for this Georgia Tech squad and misses the free throw as Lotman sets it up for Georgia Tech at the top of the key. The good pass, missed shot by Stramina by the elbow. And you seeing some touches and some shots happening at the top of the key. Great hustle play by Hodgson Angel.
Chelsea Gray, I don't know what just happened, had a few technical difficulties, but I see the 29-13 lead and Georgia Tech taking over. Chelsea, I heard you did a great job in the play-by-play chair, so you'll have to walk me through how that went. But as far as Georgia Tech so far, just really the dominance so far, the 19-point lead in a sense as well at one point for Georgia Tech. Chelsea has been pretty dominant.
Yeah, you see Georgia Tech getting to go 13-29.
Welcome back. Well, our next All Access to ACC Live premieres Tuesday and features Georgia Tech women's basketball, Louisville women's indoor track and field, and Virginia women's swimming. You'll get unprecedented access into the lives of the student athletes, coaches, staff, parents. Everybody's accounted for. 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. One app, one tap. And as far as this game that we have in front of us right now, Georgia Tech with a 16-point lead over the #2 scoring offense in the ACC, both entering today's matchup at 5-2 in the ACC at 4th place. And as far as the all-time series, UNC leads 60-20. The Tar Heels are 14-12 actually when competing in Atlanta. And Georgia Tech looking for their first win over UNC since 2018. And thanks for hanging with us. Chelsea Gray has had her dabble in the play-by-play chair and killed it. As we are now.
A little bit of everything, Angel, a little bit of everything.
3-second violation.
3-second violation for Georgia Tech, so that'll actually be a turnover. Georgia Tech has done better in the turnover department after their previous game against Virginia, where they had 26. Nell Fortner said, you don't win many games with 26 turnovers. Right now, they're sitting at 5.
Yeah, that's a good sign for Georgia Tech, not turning the ball over as much and being able to get shots on goal, and that's why you're seeing this big of a lead early.
Georgia Tech getting things done defensively. That's no secret or surprise there. Hobson trying to get things going, but you can see too, Deja Kelly is having a tough night trying to see if she can find things at the rim. On the court for Georgia Tech, Bates, Ubaj, Lotman, Stropman. Short shot clock once again. Stropman at the top of the key. Nice inside look to Adenas. And she'll get a trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, whenever you go into a pick and roll on the strong side and you have that post diving, that wing defender has a hard time of whether they should go to the shooter or they should help on the roll. And you were able to see it was an easy pass into the lane for the layup.
All right, coming up at 4 Eastern, Elisa Canane. And #4 NC State, Virginia Tech. Host the Virginia Tech. The Wolfpack are undefeated in conference play, and the Hokies are 5-1. So this will be a good one for both. NC State just getting things done. A really nice win over Louisville. That was an incredible comeback. It was actually led by Diamond Johnson in the second half, served with 16 points. So see if they can continue to get it done as Destiny Adams finishes for Carolina.
Lorella Kubai with the miss. Seeing her aggressiveness there as Deja Kelly pushes in transition, couldn't get it to go.
We have a jump ball on the play, and you mentioned Deja Kelly, who couldn't get things going. Right now, 2 for 7 from the floor, sitting at 4 points. Usby will check in. And Hermosa will enter in for Georgia Tech as well. So Chelsea, you've been here this entire time as far as Georgia Tech. It seems like they've found some answers as far as the offensive end. What are you liking about what they've been able to display so far on this side of the floor?
Well, they've been able to get different looks out of their horn set. They've been able to come off the pick and roll, and Lawton able to drive to the basket and suck in the defense a little bit. But also you've seen some high lows, and you know that's their bread and butter from Kubai and Hermosa. They've been able to get some and one. So a little bit of everything. Lawton helping defensively as well and get things in transition as Usby just got an easy transition layups.
And that was off of a missed shot. That's something that Elle Fortner wants her squad to actually be a little bit better, and knowing that the Tar Heels are very quick as far as getting the ball up the floor. 13-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. Lawton amongst the trees. Can't get that one to go. Todd Williams attacking, pulling it out just a bit. Top of the key, rolls around just a bit. It was Aliyah. And a tough shooting night for North Carolina. 33% from the floor. They've only made 1 3 to this point. Stratmana driving to the baseline. That one doesn't go. And it's actually going to go the other way.
If I'm UNC, I want to get something easy at the basket like Usby just got in transition, or I want to drive into the paint, being aggressive, moving off of each other, try to get yourself to the free throw line so you can get some easy points while the clock is stopped to be able to fuel this offense a little bit more.
And then Stratmana actually picks up her second personal foul. That's 5 fouls so far, so that's going to be 2 shots for Carolina as they're in the bonus. And she misses both. So we're at the 1 minute mark. 1 left in the half. Lawton to Hermosa. Hermosa a little short on the shot.
And that's what you want if you're UNC. You want her to take fadeaway jump shots in the paint as Deja Kelly gets in the paint. Easy score. And now UNC increasing their points to 12 inside the paint.
And UNC on a bit of a run of their own. 10-1 run for UNC as that interior pass is knocked away on the inside. That's something that they've been looking for as far as the Yellow Jacks. Hermosa on the inside and a few adjustments for the Tar Heels.
Yeah, I think you're seeing UNC understanding that the high-low from Kubai to Hermosa, getting the defense sucked in, that's their bread and butter. So making those high-low passes and those entries a little bit more difficult for them. As Georgia Tech is scoreless in the last 3 minutes of this ball game.
Both teams in the bonus. And Todd Williams now has 2 personal fouls. Well, we have a college hoop quadruple header for you Saturday right here on the ACC Network and ESPN app. And it starts with this, Tobacco Road rivalry at game at 2 Eastern. Armando Bacot leads the Tar Heels against Darion Sebron in NC State. North Carolina has won 6 of the last 7 against the Wolfpack, so we'll see that in-state rival unfold. Hodgson from deep. Doesn't get that one to fall. You can hear the scream saying go as it's only 5 seconds left in the half. Lotman, top of the key, pulls it and misses. So halftime score, Georgia Tech 32. That's North Carolina 19. And it's been a pretty impressive standing so far for Georgia Tech. Chelsea, I would say it's been pretty impressive as far as what they've been able to do.
Yeah, hopefully UNC gets some momentum going on a 10-3 run heading into this second half. We'll have more action when we come back. Probably her easiest layup right there.
And how about Lotman showing us the range in the first half?
She's been their energy player. She's gotten in transition by getting steals, hands on balls, and ones, really hyping up this Georgia Tech offense.
Shooting 4 for 10 from the field, 10 points for Georgia Tech. And look at this game summary. How about this? Georgia Tech up as many as 20 points in the second quarter. And if you're looking at the disparity in field goals, Georgia Tech 9-12 compared to UNC 4 for 8. And Chelsea, we were just talking about how turnovers have been somewhat of an issue for the Tar Heels to get around in the first half.
Yeah, Coach Banghart talked about having to get shots on goal against this Georgia Tech defense. And with 8 turnovers, they're losing out on possessions of being able to score the basketball, able to get into the paint. And both teams has had scoring droughts in that second quarter, so it'll be an interesting start to this second half.
Mind you that UNC comes into this game averaging about 77 points per game as that first shot by Usby out of the gate is no good, but there will be a foul. That's going to go against Hodgson. That's her second personal foul, first team foul of the half. You can see the level of aggression that they're entering the half with. You can see there the even scoring margin that UNC is leading the ACC along with the nation. Having some woes on the offensive end right now is Littlefield. Stopped on the baseline. Todd Williams from outside. That one's off to the right. And a hustle play by Usby. Can't quite corral it in.
This is UNC's lowest scoring first half of the season with only 19 points. And it's a really testament to Georgia Tech's defense. They're just long at a lot of different positions, very versatile, able to get their hands on passes, getting to the passing lanes. And as you see here, trying to prevent Lorella Cabai from getting into the paint.
Something to keep your eye on. That's Hodgson's third personal foul. Todd Williams with the steal transition, and that one's off her leg. That will be Georgia Tech's ball. So a little bit out of sorts for the Tar Heels in transition. That's their 9th turnover of the game. Lotman just trying to play the 2-man game with Kubai. A lot of bodies on the inside. Lotman actually short on the shot. Usby with the rebound. Usby is the player that we featured coming into this one. Has been Mr. Reliable for the Tar Heels. Has 7 double-doubles on the seasons. And Bates will enter the game.
It's really good to have Usby on your squad. Just very versatile, able to push in transition, also able to post up. A little bit of everything. Like I mentioned before, intangible player, and we spoke into an existence angel with a nice layup by Alyssa Usby there.
So that's her second field goal of the game. Started off a bit slow, 2 for 7 from the field. And this is a player that's entering today's matchup. The last 5 games, she scored in double figures.
Great defense by Deja Kelly there with the charge.
And Aaliyah Love will pick up her 3rd personal foul with this charge. All of them, Chelsea, have been player control fouls as well, so she'll take a trip to the bench. And that's something that may hurt Georgia Tech down the line. She's the only player in foul trouble if you're looking at with 3 or more for Georgia Tech. But the bench for the Yellow Jackets doesn't go that deep. We'll see if North Carolina can find a way to serve. They closed the half on a 10 or 11-0 run. And Georgia Tech went 7 minutes without scoring in that first half. So we'll see if some tides change as that's another turnover for UNC. Lotman with that one.
One of the keys coming to this game for Coach Banghart is not turning the basketball over against this defense. You want to get shots on goal as much as possible, and to take that a step further, she did not want any live ball turnovers. If you were going to turn over the basketball, you want it going out of bounds so you can set your half-court defense. But you see there, she did a live ball turnover, leading to a foul in Hermosa at the free throw line.
Deja Kelly just picked up the foul. That's her 2nd. So that will send Hermosa to the free throw line. These will be her first free throws of the game, and she knocks that one down.
Both teams haven't went to the free throw line as much as you would think, Angel.
Well, when they get there, as far as Hermosa, she's shooting about 80% from the free throw line. One of the best free throw shooters on the Georgia Tech squad. The only player actually to be shooting 80% or more from the stripe. And she extends their lead to 13. Shot short, and Kubai with the rebound. Kubai has had somewhat of a quiet day so far offensively. 5 points for her, but she does have the 8 rebounds coming into this one.
You always look for a player, if they're not scoring the basketball, what else are they doing on the floor to help and affect this game? And I think rebounding is her way, facilitating has been her way, but today UNC has been able to keep her scoring in check.
They'll have a last-second heave, and that one's going to be a shot clock violation. So nice defensive series for North Carolina. I know that coming into this game, we talked about how Georgia Tech is #1 defense in the nation and doing a great job in the ACC as well, but that's something UNC came into this game talking about, how they wanted to be that two-way team, not just getting things done offensively, but finding ways to string some stops together as well. They'll need a few if they want to continue to chip away at this Georgia Tech lead. Lotman tried to find Kubai on the block, but that's going to be a kick ball, so Georgia Tech will get it on the side.
I definitely think that you can get some easy post-ups for Kubai in transition as UNC's defense is elevated and they're not paying as much attention to her as if she was on the elbows and they can load up their defense. So interested to see if they go to that a little bit in the second half.
Kubai trying to work her way with the scoop shot on the right side. That's missed. Usby working her way all the way in transition, finds Todd Williams for the bucket, and that makes an 11-point game for the Tar Heels.
That's UNC's game, pushing in transition, getting easy scores, playing off of each other, everybody touching it, so great penetrate and kick in transition.
And how about this, Todd Williams is second in scoring right now behind Deja Kelly. She has 5, 2 for 3 from the field. Gets the rebound as well for the Tar Heels. Continues to push in transition. Deja Kelly with the ball at the top of the key. And Hermosa will actually pick up her first personal foul. 3rd team foul. So you can see how the game is shifting and how just finding a sense of urgency for Carolina has been a little bit different in this half.
Yeah, they're definitely pushing the pace a little bit more.
Goes to a turnover. They are actually able to bring it back in. Deja Kelly misses that one. Offensive board for North Carolina. Doesn't get an actual bucket there, but will step to the free throw line.
This is only their second offensive rebound in this game, and they usually head to the glass a little bit more, but I know Georgia Tech puts an emphasis on defensive rebounding and limiting their opponents to one shot.
Actually, Carolina leads in rebounds 45.2, second in boards and defensive rebounds. So that's something that's very important coming into this one, Chelsea, to your point. That was the key for Nell Fortner, how they can keep them off the boards. And you saw how it sent them to the free throw line off of that second offensive board of the day.
And Georgia Tech struggling from the field, has not made a field goal since the 7-minute mark in the second quarter.
Todd Williams finds pull on the back. That one short by Usby. We have a Tar Heel Hodgson, it is, that's a little slow to get up. So Hodgson a little shaken up as she finally gets to her feet. So they'll step away, we'll do the same as well. Carolina on their way back, only down 10, but Georgia Tech still in control of this one. Well, you can see your officials there, a play that happened and occurred right before that timeout was taken. There was a bit of a collision at the bottom of your screen here. You can see Hodgson. He had a bit of a collision right with Stromanoff, but the officials during that timeout have ruled it an incidental contact. So there we are on the foul count there. So for our next All Access, the ACC Live premieres Tuesday and features Georgia Tech women's basketball, Louisville women's indoor track and field, and Virginia women's swimming. You'll get unprecedented access to the lives of student athletes, coaches, staff, parents, and fans. 7 p.m. Eastern right here on and the ESPN app. One app, one tap. So Stratton now has 2 personal fouls. And this is a 10-point game. Georgia Tech up 34-24 with a little under 5 minutes of play in the third quarter. Georgia Tech shooting 37% from the field at this point. They were lighting it up to start the game, though. We're shooting as high as 70% from the field, knocking down 3, shooting close to 50%. Carolina down as many as 20 in that second quarter. They found a way to surge back. Had a bit of a run to end the half. 11-0 run. And still chipping away in this third quarter. As they talk over a few things before we get things going again, Chelsea, I know that a few things that stood out to us as far as the keys coming from both sides in Carolina. We're seeing a bit more sense of urgency. We talked about at the beginning of the game, whose style of play is going to be imposed the most throughout this game. Georgia Tech punched first. Now, what are you seeing out of Carolina?
Well, I see a little bit more aggressive. They're starting to play their game, and despite only shooting 32% and only making 1 3-point shot, they're still only down 10 points. They're in this ball game. They just have to do a little bit more of the intangibles and take care of the basketball so they can get some extra possessions and get shots on goal.
Deja Kelly, Alyssa Usby, as well as Eva Hodgson are the players that are averaging double figures for UNC right now. None of them are in double figures in this game as Todd Williams comes down with the rebound, seeing if she get things done in transition. Doesn't see the play there. Deja Kelly held up at the free throw line, and she'll have to reset at the top of the key. Deja Kelly, 6 points, 3 for 10 from the field. Dishes it off to Hodgson, who is completely rejected by Kubai.
She said, not in my house, Angel. They did a nice flare action, and Hodgson thinks she has a step on her, and Kubai just raises up. Stare down moment for Kubai right there, Angel.
Well, she is last year's ACC Defensive Player of the Year, but try again. Hodgson
at first
at
you
the bucket.
don't succeed, you try again, Angel.
Resilience is what we're seeing from Hodgson. Hodgson now on the board, actually. 1 for 3 from the field so far. Kubai from the top of the key and drains it.
Yeah, I definitely think Georgia Tech needs to get her a little bit more touches. Maybe something like that where they do a horns action and a penetrating kick. The guards having the UNC defense suck in and then allowing Kubai to have time to get her shot off towards the top of the key. When you talk about Kubai, it's really been her defensive pressure and rebounding, but it takes Georgia Tech to another level when she's able to score the basketball, whether that be post-ups or easy transition buckets or scoring off of high-low action.
So Nerea Hermosa picks up her second personal foul. And now here with this one, North Carolina is in the bonus the rest of the way. So the level of aggressiveness that you've been talking about, Chelsea, that's one thing that may play in the favor for Carolina, because they can get some easy looks, but they cannot convert on that second shot. Still a 10-point game, approaching the 3-minute mark. Double clutch by Lotman at the rim, no good, and Todd Williams, 2-on-1 opportunity. And another block by Kubai.
She is camping out and having a house, not in her house, Angel. That's 2 back-to-back possessions where she saves a basket for Georgia Tech. And getting these fans riled up and excited for the rest of this third quarter and hopefully bleeding into the rest of this game.
Nice job by Hermosa not picking up her third personal foul as Poole can't connect on that one. Hermosa trying to go against Poole on the inside, turns that one down. Instead tries to free up Lotman at the top. Some beautiful ball movement by Georgia Tech. And Strawman up. Another one from distance.
I'm gonna have to see that play again at some point, Angel, because that pass to the wing for the 3-point shot, but a response by UNC. And we'll have more action after this.
Well, Georgia Tech right now with a 10-point lead, 39-29 over Carolina, but we've seen a couple of threes, a flurry of threes that have made this the ball game on both sides. I know you love this play from Georgia Tech, Chelsea.
And that pass, wraparound pass to be able to hit on time, on target, that is a difficult pass to do. And Todd Williams responds with a 3 of her own, now leading North Carolina with 8 points. But it feels like she's just been that energy player for UNC, trying to get them back in this ball game to try to turn the tide for these Tar Heels.
We already mentioned how Utsby, Hodgson, as well as Kelly lead the pack as far as Carolina points right now. Kelly with only 6 points, Hodgson with 2, and then Utsby with 4. Kubai at the rim, and she just continues to add to that department. Kubai sitting at 9 points, 8 rebounds, flirting with the double-double.
I'm gonna have to call Nell Fortner and be like, did you hear me on the broadcast saying that Kubai needed some touches? And you've seen out of the timeout her get a nice high-low pass to get a good finish in the paint.
Hodgson short, but Utsby comes down with another offensive rebound. That off the glass shot is short. And Kubai with now 9 rebounds to add to the 9 points.
I feel a double-double coming on there, Angel.
She's one of those players that could easily have a triple-double as well, known as their facilitator, as Deja Kelly. Can't find anything in transition. Closer turnover, and Kubai may just have a triple-double in blocks because that's her 3rd of the day.
Man. I'm telling you, they're trying to shoot it over Kubai every single time, and she's just on time, on target, timing the blocks to perfection. And that's what this length and this Georgia Tech defense will give you, just trying to shoot over the top of 6'4", 6'5" into the paint. Not an easy task, Angel.
Well, someone should probably alert the Tar Heels about Kubai and what she does on the defensive end. Obviously, we mentioned what she did last year. Decided to have this 5th year that NCAA granted for COVID, and it's been quite the move for her. And that is going to be Love's 4th foul, and that's an unfortunate foul for Love. So Bates heads to the table, and she'll come in at the next dead ball. We're under a minute left to play in this 3rd quarter.
It feels like every time UNC tries to make a run, Georgia Tech responds with a run of their own and being able to get a good play defensively or offensively. And there's another one where the strip by Lotman.
Nice defensive strip by Lotman on Hodgson, who's been really aggressive getting to the rim, but can't quite find her rhythm on the offensive end. Georgia Tech has swarmed the paint and are definitely protecting their side of the floor. That one no good. 5 seconds left in the quarter. A little bit of a scramble on the floor, and that's going to be deemed a jump ball with Todd Williams dropping up. That one's going to go to Georgia Tech, so they'll end up with about 2.8 left on the game clock. See what they can work with. Clearly enough time to get a shot off. Inside look by Bates, who just checks in, and she'll get the bucket to close the 3rd quarter. 43-29. Georgia Tech was on fire in the 1st half. Doesn't seem like they're cooling down in the 2nd. Just moments away from the 4th quarter. Georgia Tech trying to close it out.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Banghart mentioned before this basketball game that their squad was going to have to execute in the half court against their size and maybe bringing them out of the paint and exploit their guard play a little bit. And so far, Georgia Tech doing a good job of limiting their baskets and holding them to 29 points through 3 quarters.
They're also holding Carolina's field goal percentage to 30%. Deja Kelly from the top of the key, no good. And it's been a rough night for Deja Kelly, only 6 points. And this is a player that has scored in double figures in every single game this season. We've constantly talked about even how Georgia Tech has blitzed some of the top scoring teams and ranked teams and their scoring leaders throughout this season. A nice backdoor pass, and Bates with the bucket.
That's that facilitating 4-player for Georgia Tech and Kubai.
I know you'll want to see that one again.
Man, I love a good pass, Angel.
I know you do. I've seen a little more than a lot from you in that department. Bates still feeling it from outside. Drains the 3, 48-29, 19-point lead for Georgia Tech.
Good sign for Sarah Bates. Coach talked about just wanting her to come in and shoot the basketball and just concentrate on doing that. So great look for Bates in the corner there.
Has hit a 3 in all but 4 games this season. And it's very interesting. She hasn't scored in the last 2 games. She had 0 points against Syracuse. Right now, Bates off the bench with 7 for Georgia Tech.
Tar Heel substitution number 10, Ava Hodgson.
It was wide open in the corner, and a great find by Lotman. And the bench is loving that.
Tulsi, I think it's so awesome, even for Georgia Tech, that you come into this game, they say we want to continue to get better as a short shot clock for Carolina. And that's an actual violation, but going back to Georgia Tech and what they've been able to do offensively, that was one of the questions. What can they continue to do? Nell Fortner saying, we understand we have to do better, but she was very impressed with how her team was able to perform in their previous game against Syracuse, 65 points for them. She said that's how we continue to build, by also taking care of the ball. Lotman denied at the rim.
And Georgia Tech's been able to go on a run of their own, going 14-3, going back to the third quarter, and really extending this lead here.
I think that's one of the things that's been different about Georgia Tech too, Chelsea, is just how they've responded just through different runs and droughts. And a few games prior, they've gone a few games just not knowing how they were going to put points on the board. But we've seen Georgia Tech respond time and time again. A turnover still actually by Hermosa. Quick pass in transition. And Lotman will slow things down.
That's the second time UNC has run that play from the baseline and had difficulty scoring, coming around that curl play as a Georgia Tech shuts down and able to get hands on the ball. So very difficult possession here as Hodgson tries to get over the screen. And
so Hodgson picks up her 4th personal foul. She's the only player on Carolina's squad with 4. Love on the other side for Georgia Tech with 4. Lotman hesitates, finds the rim. Nice kiss off the glass.
Love that hesitation, really freezes that post because they're worried about getting back to that post player as Kubai has hit some jumpers from the free throw line as UNC continues to struggle to put points on the board.
Lotman with the ball at the top of the key right now, leading Tech in points. 12 points, 5 for 14 from the field. She has 4 rebounds and 5 assists to add. Very balanced game for Lotman. Bates, that one's not going to go on Hodgson. Leaks out in transition. Attacks baseline. And another turnover for Carolina. That's their 13th. Kubai off the glass. That's no good. Kubai just 1 point away from getting a double-double. She had 7 already on the season, 30 in her career. As there's a foul. That's going to go against Lotman, second team foul. So Wiggins checks in for the Tar Heels, and Hodgson will get a break.
Hodgson's been struggling to find a way to read this defense. She's leading UNC with 5 turnovers, so I know that's an emphasis for her in being able to get this squad and get shots on goal.
How about Stratmana, though? 9, 10 rebounds, 11 points, has a double-double on the day. We were looking at something earlier. Stratmana has 11 points. And you're looking at North Carolina. And combined, Utsby, as well as Hodgson and Kelly, they have 11 points on the day as well. So when you say it's a tough night to go against a Georgia Tech defense for your top players, it is no joke. Bates filling it from outside, but doesn't get that one to go. There's an actual foul on the play. That's going to go against the Tar Heels. Todd Williams will pick up her 3rd foul. That's the 3rd team foul as well.
Stratmana just trying to add to her rebounding total and getting some old boards and extra possession for Georgia Tech.
Stratmana, the transfer from Syracuse, has been pretty impressive so far in this game. You already mentioned the double-double that she's sitting on right now. Coming up at 4 Eastern, Elisa Canane and number 4 NC State hosts Virginia Tech. The Wolfpack are undefeated in conference play. The Hokies are 5-1, doing pretty well in the season so far. So this will be a good one. A nice test for both. We already mentioned 6 teams in the ACC are ranked in the top 25, and a couple of ACC teams that are making some noise as well, Virginia Tech being one of them. I'll say Boston College has had a couple of nice games on their resume as well. It's actually going to be Georgia Tech's next matchup. So each night, each day could be a great matchup in the ACC as Carolina's at the free throw line, down 20 with that free throw, but Georgia Tech has been in charge this entire game. 20-point lead in the first half as well.
One thing to note is that they've missed some free throws. They're 3 from 9 from the three-point line. From the free throw line. They've only shooting 33% and missing out on 6 points there. I mean, every point counts, and that's something that I would probably be talking about in the locker room a little bit.
Well, Chelsea, it's been a tough scoring night, as most opposing teams feel when they go against the Georgia Tech defense that leads the nation. Shooting 26% from the field, 20% from the three-point line now, 2 for 10.
Substitution number 10, Eva Hodgson. Tech substitution number 15, Alliance Carter, replacing Maria Hermosa.
Apologies for the technical delay. Technical issues we're having. Both Angel and Chelsea Gray's equipment is down. So now myself, Dallin Cuff, and Muffa McGraw will take you home. Coach, 20-point lead for Georgia Tech. Muffa's not on it. Okay, so I'm doing it by myself. Here we go. 20-point game. Georgia Tech is up right now. Now Muffet is here. Coach, what are you seeing here? Oh no, Laura Kubai just went down. that is the last thing anybody wants to see.
That's a huge issue. I really worry about Kubai. They need her to make this next run. But, you know, Georgia Tech's such a great defensive team that when Carolina, even when they got open shots, I think they rushed them because they were just not used to being open. And they're doing a pretty good job defensively, but holding Georgia Tech to 1 or 2 offensive rebounds for the game, that's pretty amazing.
And Kubai is down receiving attention.
One of those moments why you wonder, could I have taken her out of the game? But Georgia Tech has such a short bench. They really don't have a lot of subs. They've already got 1 or 2 in the game. They just don't have anyone else to go to.
Nell Fortner talking to the rest of her team right now as they're up 20 with less than 2 minutes to go. The issue is not in doubt in this game. The concern now is all in that building and around the Tech program, around Lorela Kubai's leg.
She's such a key piece to their offense. She makes them go. You saw the block shot she had today. She does so many things offensively and defensively. She's definitely the glue to this team, the heart and soul of this team. And I know that everyone is hoping that she's going to be okay and back for the next game.
And you hear the McCamish Pavilion faithful giving her a huge round of applause as she stands up. She was a point shy just of a double-double, 9 points, 10 rebounds in this game as she tries to determine if she wants to put pressure on that leg or not. Another round of applause for Kubai as she makes her way to the locker room. And obviously the games to come for Georgia Tech. I mean, when the Middle ACC player coming thick and fast, BC will be playing here in Atlanta on the 27th. So hopefully we'll see if she can come back for that game or anytime in the near future. We will check in on her injury, what we hear. We will update you throughout the day here on ACC Network in the middle, the first game of a quadruple header today. So any news that comes out, we'll try to pass that along.
North Carolina leaving so many points at the free throw line. I think they're 3 for 10. Georgia Tech, a great defensive team, but these are some easy shots they need to make.
Destiny Adams misses both, the freshman from Manchester, New Jersey. And to your point, Coach, now 3 of 11 in a game where Georgia Tech doesn't give up many buckets. 46 points a game. It's best in the nation in terms of points per game against. Leaving a lot of chances at the line for Courtney Banghart's crew today.
Yeah, but not just at the line. They've missed a couple of layups. They've had some open looks. And again, I think they just are so surprised, I think, at being open that they're really struggling to finish.
Tech almost turns it over. We're able to get it over the timeline. Coach, what have you seen here? How did Georgia Tech arrive at a 20-point lead in this game?
You know, it's interesting to me, Dallin, because they had such an advantage in size that they didn't go inside nearly as much as I thought they would. At one point, Carolina was playing 5 guards, and there still was no look on the block for Hermosa or Kubai. And that's where I think that they are really going to have success on their offense. They're not a high-scoring team, only averaging 59, so they're just about where they normally are. But Carolina, quite a ways from averaging about 69 points a game, so they're really struggling today.
We'll talk about this more in the post-game before we get to our 2 o'clock game, but North Carolina now will drop to 5-3 in league play, and their 3 losses on the season, 15-3 overall, are all to ranked teams. So as this young Carolina team has stepped up in class, they have struggled to get results.
Yeah, they have, but you know, you don't have to beat a ranked team to get to the NCAA tournament, and that is something that they certainly know. They could finish 5th or 6th, even 7th in the ACC, and not win any of those games of the teams ahead of them, and still easily make the NCAA tournament. So I think for their confidence, it would be great to see them come up with a win in one of these ranked teams, but they really don't have to put that pressure on themselves.
Great advice from the Hall of Famer, Muffin McGraw. I'm Dallin Cuff in for the call to finish for Angel and Chelsea Gray. A couple technical issues as we end game 1 of a quadruple header here on ACC Network. And Coach, to your point, Georgia Tech really hasn't gotten inside. Only 18 points in the paint in this game, but they were able to make enough shots and make some free throws and of course their defense is what they hang their hat on, has been great again today, holding Carolina sub 40 right now.
Yeah, that weak side defense, their help defense is really tremendous. They haven't done as good a job on the boards as I thought they would. Carolina's gotten a number of offensive rebounds. I think they've had 8 or so, a lot more than Georgia Tech. But, you know, Georgia Tech started out shooting 70% from the field in that first quarter and went steadily downhill after that.
Time ticks down at Georgia Tech. The Jackets putting together back-to-back wins here. Nell Fortner's crew getting a dub, a ranked dub at that, at home against another 20-ranked team, North Carolina, in rather dominating fashion, Coach.
Yeah, they really did. They did a great job defensively, as they always do. Their issue going forward into March is going to be, can they score enough points to get the wins?
55-38 is the final, and we are heading to the studio in just a sec.